In our last episode, we explored a simple bedtime snack that helps your legs stay calm and cramp-free through the night. Just 3 familiar ingredients: a ripe banana, a spoonful of nut butter, and a warm glass of milk were all it took to relax our muscles and ease those annoying nighttime twitches. But today, we're flipping the script. Instead of recommending what to eat, we're issuing a gentle warning. Because some foods that seem healthy, the ones many of us eat every day thinking they're good for aging, might actually be quietly draining the strength from our legs. These healthy choices often show up in our breakfast bowls, our afternoon smoothies, or even in those diet plans we've been faithfully following. In this episode, we're going to look closely at 3 specific foods. We'll uncover how they affect our leg muscles, and more importantly, we'll talk through easy, practical swaps to support strength without giving up convenience. If you find this helpful, don't forget to like the video, share it with someone who cares about their health, and hit that subscribe button to stay connected for more practical wellness tips. Let's dive in, and we'll start with a food that sounds gentle and healthy, but may be quietly weakening your legs one morning at a time. 1. Breakfast cereal. We're starting with a food that shows up in so many kitchens across the country, especially for those of us who love a quick and easy breakfast. A bowl of instant cereal with a splash of milk sounds perfect, right? It's labeled low-fat, high-fiber, heart-healthy, and it saves time in the morning. But the truth is, if we look closely at the nutrition label, this so-called healthy breakfast might be silently shortchanging our muscles. Here's the problem. Most packaged breakfast cereals are loaded with refined carbs and added sugars. What they're missing is just as concerning. There's often very little protein, and nearly no key nutrients like B vitamins or minerals that muscles need to stay strong. So while it may look like a light start to the day, for our legs, it's more like running on empty. When we eat a bowl of cereal like that, the sugar and starch are quickly absorbed into the bloodstream. That causes a spike in blood sugar, which triggers our body to release insulin, the hormone that helps shuttle sugar into cells. Sounds normal? Right. But here's the catch. As we age, our muscle cells become less responsive to insulin. It's something called muscle insulin resistance. That means even if insulin is present, it doesn't do its job as effectively. Nutrients don't reach our muscles the way they used to, and when muscles don't get enough energy or amino acids to rebuild, they begin to shrink. Strength fades. This is how age-related muscle loss creeps in. And if our breakfast is nothing but fast carbs like instant cereal, it speeds up the process, especially in the legs, where we rely most on stability and endurance. There's another important piece to this. After a night of fasting, morning is the ideal time to refuel our muscles with quality protein. But if we skip protein and just eat sugar and starch, we miss that crucial window. Over time, even if we're eating enough calories, our muscles can still weaken because they're not getting what they truly need. A 2024 study published in the Journal of Gerontology found that older adults who started their day with low protein, high-carb breakfasts like boxed cereals experienced significantly greater muscle loss than those who included enough protein. Not only that, their muscles responded poorly to insulin, making it even harder to absorb essential amino acids. So what can we do instead? Try starting your morning with protein in mind. A boiled egg, a few slices of pan-seared tofu, or a bowl of Greek yogurt with berries and cashews are simple, energizing, and rich in the nutrients our muscles crave. If you still want a warm cereal, go for rolled oats or steel-cut oats, cooked fresh, and add chia seeds, nut butter, or a scoop of protein powder. It's still a cozy breakfast bowl, just one that feeds your legs, not steals from them. We don't need to throw out cereal altogether. But we do need to understand how to combine it wisely, so breakfast becomes a source of strength, not just convenience. 2. Low-fat milk. At some point in our lives, often, right around middle age, we start paying more attention to the amount of fat in our meals, and understandably so. That's why low-fat or non-fat milk has become such a popular choice. It promises less saturated fat, fewer calories, and supposedly a heart-healthy profile. But while the label might sound reassuring, there's a deeper concern hiding beneath the surface. What often gets overlooked is that low-fat milk strips away more than just cream. It takes away the very elements our leg muscles rely on to stay strong and stable. To begin with, we have to talk about vitamin D. While many of us know it as a bone-supporting vitamin, it plays a much bigger role in our bodies, especially as we age. Vitamin D helps maintain muscle tone, supports balance, and plays a key part in rebuilding muscle fibers. But there's one important catch: it's a fat-soluble vitamin. That means our bodies need a little bit of dietary fat present in order to absorb and use it effectively. Low-fat milk is often fortified with synthetic vitamin D, but without any accompanying fat in the meal, our bodies struggle to take it in. So, while it may feel like we're doing the right thing by sipping that non-fat milk each morning, if the rest of our day lacks healthy fats, that vitamin D might not be helping our muscles at all. It may pass through unused, and our legs quietly lose the support they need. A 2023 analysis published in Nutrients found that older adults with lower levels of vitamin D were more likely to experience reduced leg strength, impaired balance, and a higher risk of falls compared to those with adequate levels. And once again, the researchers emphasized that proper absorption of vitamin D relies heavily on having some healthy fat present in the diet, something that becomes more important, not less. As we get older, beyond vitamin D, there's more that's lost when we opt for fat-free milk. Whole milk contains naturally occurring beneficial fats, along with vitamins A and E, which play a role in cell repair and immune function. The fat content also helps keep us fuller longer and helps regulate blood sugar after meals when we take that fat away. As is the case with skim milk, many people find themselves hungrier not long after drinking it, reaching for extra snacks they hadn't planned on, snacks that may not support muscle health at all. And here's another twist. In trying to make skim milk more palatable, many products on store shelves are lightly sweetened or flavored with additives. These added sugars or artificial sweeteners may be easy on the taste buds, but they can trigger blood sugar spikes and insulin surges, responses that interfere with muscle protein synthesis and worsen long-term metabolic health. Now think about what a typical day might look like for someone trying to eat clean. They start the day with a glass of fat-free milk, have a light lunch, skip fats at dinner to protect their cholesterol, and end up with almost no quality fat in their entire diet. Even if calories are sufficient, they're missing the delivery system that helps the body absorb and use fat-soluble vitamins. And without those, even the best intentions can leave the muscles undernourished and the legs feeling progressively weaker. That's why, unless your doctor has specifically advised you to limit fat for a medical reason, going for whole milk might actually be the wiser move, especially in the morning. A single cup delivers protein, calcium, vitamin D, and healthy fat to help our bodies absorb what they need. If dairy isn't an option, then fortified plant-based milks can work too. As long as they're boosted with vitamin D and calcium and contain some natural fat from seeds or legumes, unsweetened soy milk or almond milk with added protein and nutrients are two solid choices. 3. Rice cakes. Rice cakes, those light, crisp little discs, have become a go-to snack for many older adults who want something low in fat, low in calories, and easy to digest. They feel safe, especially in the afternoon or evening, when we just want a little something to tide us over without feeling weighed down. These snacks seem like a harmless choice. But when we take a closer look, rice cakes turn out to be more like puffed-up placeholders than real nourishment. They start off as refined white rice, stripped of most of the fiber, protein, B vitamins, and minerals during processing. What's left is mostly starch and air, something that looks light and clean, but offers almost nothing that our muscles actually need. Even more concerning is how these snacks behave once we eat them. Rice cakes have a very high glycemic index, which means they cause our blood sugar to spike quickly. The body responds with a rush of insulin to bring sugar levels back down. But because rice cakes contain little to no protein or fat to slow that process, the crash comes just as quickly, leaving us feeling tired, hungry again, and more likely to reach for yet another snack. Over time, this blood sugar roller coaster can wear down our energy and interfere with how well our muscles rebuild themselves. A 2024 study in the Journal of the American College of Nutrition confirmed that refined carb-based snacks like rice cakes act more like empty calories than functional fuel. They fill the stomach for a moment, but do very little to support muscle protein synthesis, something that becomes even more essential as we age and naturally lose muscle mass. The real drawback isn't just what rice cakes lack, but what they displace. Every snack is a chance to deliver key nutrients to our muscles, amino acids, minerals, and steady energy. But if that opportunity is filled with nothing more than a puff of starch, our legs don't get the tools they need to stay strong and balanced. And it's not hard to see how this plays out. We feel a little sluggish. Grab a few rice cakes to hold us over. The hunger fades, but only for a short while. Soon enough, it returns, and maybe we reach for a low-fat yogurt or a diet drink. Trying to stay light? Before we know it, we've consumed a stack of low-calorie foods that barely offer any protein or nourishment, and our muscles are left running on fumes. Instead of relying on these airy snacks, we can do our bodies a much greater favor by choosing foods with substance. A boiled egg, a spoonful of nut butter with a few apple slices, a handful of almonds, or even a small cup of unsweetened Greek yogurt. These aren't just snacks. They're gentle power-ups for aging muscles. They give us lasting energy, better blood sugar control, and most importantly, they help preserve the strength we need in our legs. We've just uncovered 3 foods that look harmless, or even healthy, but might be quietly weakening the very muscles we rely on every day. Packaged breakfast cereals leave muscles undernourished and increase insulin resistance. Low-fat milk reduces absorption of essential fat-soluble vitamins like vitamin D, weakening leg strength over time. Rice cakes easy on the stomach, but empty of nutrients, disrupting blood sugar and protein balance. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with a friend or loved one. That one small click could help someone take a big step towards stronger, more reliable legs. Is there a food you've always thought was healthy, but now you're wondering if it might be doing more harm than good? Leave a comment down below. We'll explore it together in a future episode.